This is my flower bed, and about a year and a half ago, I put in this little dry creek area to divert the water coming from the downspout. And because this flower bed has a pretty good slope down to the sidewalk, it allows water to drain easily from the top of the flower bed to the bottom. Today, we are going to expose this dry creek bed and turn this into a pondless waterfall. But before we do anything, we're gonna have to come in here and we're gonna have to clear out a lot of this Mexican petunia. This is the current status of our little pondless waterfall build. I have this hole dug pretty deep. It's a good 1.5 feet or so. And we need to make this hole right here large enough to hold 2 of these crates. And we are almost there. We need another couple of inches down and then another couple of inches wide. We can't go any further back this way. There's sprinkler pipe right there and we are not going to try to relocate that. So this will be the base of our pondless waterfall, and we can make that work. So let's keep digging. Okay, well, I think that we have all of the digging done for right now. We have our crates in kind of the pool area of where this pondless waterfall will terminate. We have this step up here, and the only reason that step up exists right there is because right along the backside of those 2 crates, as you saw earlier, are sprinkler pipes. I don't want to have to reroute those. The sprinkler line is one thing that's easy, but I didn't want to have to dig that out and try to reroute it. So it's not a big deal. This will work out perfectly. What's going to happen is right here is going to be the waterfall head. It's going to flow down and kind of creep back around right at this corner and then flow down into that basin right there. Now, one thing that we have to care for is this downspout from the gutter system. The gutter system is actually going to terminate into this pondless waterfall as well. So when it does rain, it will capture that water. But the reason that we put this right up against the sidewalk is because there's actually going to be an outlet for any additional water that is captured by the rain gutters to overflow onto the sidewalk and down the sidewalk, which is the normal drainage path for that anyway. But we're just going to terminate it into this pondless waterfall, so there's some continuity between the drainage and the waterfall that's being built. So with that, let's go ahead and lay the barrier as well as the liner in here so we can start building this out. We are back at this again today. As you can see, I've started to lay the pond liner, and I did not address this yesterday before I kind of put this out, but this pond liner is not the right pond liner. So what I ordered from Amazon is an EPDM pond liner, which is a rubberized material, which makes it super flexible and easy to use. And it's really what you would want to use in a waterfall type situation. It also lasts a lot longer. And what they sent is this rigid plastic sheathing, which is still a pond liner. It still will work for certain applications, but this one, it really doesn't work. I tried to get it in here and tried to make it work, but the corners are just really rigid and it's gonna cause cracking. It's just gonna fail, and I don't have time for all that mess. So we are going to take this out, and I don't have time to wait for a new EPDM pond liner. So what I did, I went to Home Depot and picked up one of their pond skin pond liners, and this is something I've used many times before in the past. It has a 20-year warranty on it. It's a textured pond liner and it is super flexible, so it will work way better than that. Still not going to work as good as an EPDM, but it is what it is. So we're going to put this one in. All right, now that we have our crate set in our kind of drainage basin that's gonna capture the water and then bring it back up here to where the waterfall head will sit, we now just need to start kind of building this kind of out. So what I'm gonna do is lay this pond liner back over the top of those crates, shovel some of this dirt back up in here so we can start building the overall structure of what this creek / waterfall bed kind of thing is gonna look like. Before we continue, we need to go ahead and care for these sprinkler lines that we cut early on. We're gonna do that by adding some non-perforated sprinkler line that goes underneath the pond liner because we don't want any drip irrigation under this. So we're gonna do that with just some standard irrigation line couplers, and we'll run this under the pond liner. So on this side of this waterfall, the drip irrigation will continue to work. What a project, guys. Okay, so we are getting through this today, and we probably have maybe one more day of working on this. I went ahead and waterfall foamed it and let it set for a while, carved out the waterfall foam. Now, we have set up our waterfall head, which I need to do a better job of hiding this, which we will work on that in a little bit. But what will happen is right under this rock is the waterfall head. It'll spill down. It'll hit a section of rocks similar to this little flat one right here. It'll spill off of this spillway here into this kind of little retaining pool that will fill up and then spill over into our crates that we have down here. We will cover all of this with rock once we get the water flow tested, which we are almost ready to do. The waterfall foam is dry. We should have a perfect path for this water to flow, but we will see once we test this if we need to add some silicone or more additional waterfall foam. We will definitely do that. But really, it's just about filling in all these cracks and crevices and filling in the retaining ponds and all of that, and then backfilling back up there behind where the waterfall head sits. And we're actually going to plant back there. We'll get all this stuff planted back, get some mulch in here. This thing's going to look great, guys. So stay tuned and let's keep working on this. Well, we got all the dirt cleaned up, at least to some extent. Now we are gonna go ahead and set up for a water test. And really what we're looking for on this water test is for the water flow to come out of the waterfall head right up here, flow down this first spillway into this little retention pool area, fill up, and then pour over this spillway. Pretty simplistic. I'm pretty sure we foamed it enough, but we're gonna see. Well guys, I would say that's a pretty successful water test. The water's flowing exactly how we need. There is one spot I see where it's leaking water out past the waterfall head, and that is right there. You can kind of see it coming out the side of this stone down there, which is okay. I mean, it's not terrible, but we'll plug that up on the inside with some silicone. It's not a big deal. All we have to do is just pull the rocks back, put some silicone in there, let it dry, and that'll take care of that. Not a big deal. So with that, let's go ahead and turn this off, and we want to make the other side look similar to this, because right now it looks like this. as well. We have completed the waterfall, the pondless waterfall feature, and we need to do a couple of things. So we need to hide the pond liner in the back and backfill that with dirt. We haven't done that yet because we're actually going to plant back there, and we'll talk about what we're going to do here in just a little bit. But we need to hide that pond liner. We need to cut this pond liner off. This is the drainage out when it overflows. We finish rocking in the side over here, and so everything from a structural perspective is done, and this thing is working, as you can see. So now what we need to do, head out to Lowe's, Home Depot, somewhere, and pick up a bunch of plants so we can plant this thing. Once we're done planting, that's when we'll backfill with the dirt. We'll fix all the pond liner, blah blah blah, you know what I'm saying. So let's just let's not talk about it, let's just do it. All right, guys, well, we are back with the plants and everything we need. We have one bag of top... Excuse me, sir, you're interrupting. All right, guys, so we have one bag of topsoil and one bag of brown mulch to match the mulch that is in the flower bed now. And then we picked up this fern. It was on the 50% off. So I figured, why not? Like, it's tropical, it'll look cool around the water feature. And these are usually pretty hardy as long as you keep them nice and wet. And well, we have, I have a sprinkler system, so that's gonna work. So we're gonna put that in. And then dark violet skullcap. This stuff looks pretty cool because it's just kind of filler, and it'll actually bloom and turn purple, which is good. So we're going to start with this right back over here, which we'll have to dig that rock out, which is fine. We also picked up some pothos. You guys know that I love pothos. So we're gonna just randomly place these throughout. We'll probably put one like hanging over into the water and put it like right there. Probably take another one, lay it over the water, and kind of plant it back there. Put this one back there. Put one more like right here. Then we also got these things, which I don't know what exactly these are called. I don't know, something, but we're gonna plant these. They look really cool. And then we got purslane, which purslane is actually native. I don't know if this particular version of purslane is native to this area, but there's purslane everywhere around here. So it takes full sun. It looks like it's pretty hardy. So we're gonna plant this stuff and we're gonna see. Then we also have to bury this sprinkler line right here, which is fine. I got a coupler to cut that down some and kind of hide it, so we'll be good. All right, guys, so we're gonna start right back over here. So we're gonna take this dirt that's right here, and we're gonna pull this out. We've planted our first plant. Now let's move up to that pothos because that's the last plant on this side, and get that out of the way. I'm also going to turn the waterfall off for this. That's just because I really want to be able to sit down on that right there because that is sturdy. Same thing over here. We're just going to pull these rocks out. Had I done this a different way or did this again, I would definitely have planted all of this stuff prior to rocking it in, but that's okay. And we have that pothos planted right there. That pothos will be able to grow towards the water, which they like to do. So we'll just kind of lay this along the waterfall bank and we'll see how it does. All right, now to the next plant. All right, guys, well, we are done with this pondless waterfall, with the exception of hiding the cords. And we're gonna do this a little differently because there is a light on this waterfall head, and it comes with this little junction box that has a switch on it, and this isn't long enough to make it to a weatherproof area. So it's going to be exposed to the elements. I don't want this to break down over time and we have to dig it out and replace it sooner than it needs to be. So what I've gotten is this waterproof box, and we're gonna put all the connections in this, which will keep it safe, and then we'll just bury it right here underneath all of this mulch, like right there, literally right there. So let's get that done real quick. Then we're gonna take a look at this whole waterfall. All right, guys, it has been a few days since we finished this project up, and it is officially done. Like, it is working. Everything looks great. I mean, I couldn't have asked for this to turn out any better, considering I've never built a pond or waterfall to this scale. Obviously, I've done this many times in fish tanks, but that is in a small little tiny box, and this is 1,000 pounds of rock and pond liner and getting the water flow to go the correct way and making it look aesthetically pleasing for the front yard flower bed. Like, it's turned out fantastic. So I'm really happy with the way this thing looks. So let's just take a closer look real quick. Look at this, guys. The plants look great. Look, the big fern. We have the pothos there. We have another pothos, more pothos, some more of the fern that's actually planted in the water. We have these little filler plants. I can't remember what they're called, but they bloom purple. Very similar to the Mexican petunia here, which these things are full of bumblebees, as you saw earlier. But overall, this thing looks fantastic. Now we just need to spray this thing down and clean everything off.
Well, hopefully you went on to enjoy this video. This is definitely the largest outdoor pond/waterfall project I've ever done. I wasn't really sure how it was going to turn out, but it actually turned out quite well. Let me know what you think in the comments below. But with that, guys, I really appreciate you guys joining me on this today, and look forward to another video coming out next week. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on your notification bell, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Links to all are down below. But once again, I hope you enjoyed the video today, and with that, we will see you next time.